I know if I can build a better solution, I think at least I can survive. I never thought about everyone is going to standardize on Zoom platform, but at least I know for sure is if a customer, they do not like something, if you can build something better, you have a chance.
What if the big tech company you worked at rejected your game-changing idea over 8 times? Would you still leave your cushy corporate job to build it yourself? This was the risk Eric Yuan took when creating Zoom. Eric Yuan immigrated to Silicon Valley in the 1990s. He quickly rose through the ranks as an engineer at WebEx, which was later acquired by Cisco. At WebEx, Yuan pitched the idea for a video conferencing service 8 times, but he was rejected by management each time. Even after Cisco bought WebEx in 2007, Yuan continued advocating for his video communications idea, only to face further rejection. Cisco management saw it as too risky and unnecessary. After years of hitting walls, Yuan made the bold move to leave Cisco and launch Zoom independently in 2011. But how did Eric Yuan come up with the concept of Zoom? Yuan's inspiration for creating Zoom can be traced back to his experiences at Cisco. Frustrated by the complexities and inefficiencies of existing video conferencing systems, Yuan envisioned a platform that would provide a seamless and user-friendly experience for online meetings. Yuan was passionate about making video communication as easy as possible, driven by a desire to connect people effortlessly across different locations. His vision was to create a virtual meeting space that transcended the limitations of traditional video conferencing, offering a more intuitive and reliable solution. Yuan tried unsuccessfully to get funding from over 30 venture capitalists in Silicon Valley. Most were skeptical of another video conferencing platform. On the brink of running out of money, Yuan finally convinced some former WebEx colleagues to invest just $3 million to launch Zoom. Zoom started out extremely lean with just a handful of engineers. Yuan worked endless hours helping build Zoom's complex infrastructure for high-quality video calls. There were numerous technical challenges and setbacks during the platform's development. Yuan had to get creative with his small marketing budget. He focused on winning over university professors by offering Zoom capabilities for free. These early academic users helped demonstrate Zoom's capabilities, which later attracted business interest. By 2019, Zoom was valued at $1 billion in its IPO. However, it still remained mostly unknown outside of tech circles. Everything changed almost overnight as the COVID-19 pandemic hit. Zoom became a household name, going from 10 million daily users to over 300 million by April 2020. This exponential surge brought major technical challenges. Zoom's infrastructure was pushed beyond its limits. The engineering team worked around the clock, expanding capacity to support the flood of new users. While the pandemic brought challenges, Yuan met the moment with strong leadership. He swiftly addressed concerns through new security features and infrastructure investments.
It's the video meeting app increasingly popular in the era of social distancing. But today, the Department of Homeland Security is deeply concerned that Zoom users may be vulnerable to spying by foreign governments. Zoom, now seeing 300 million daily meeting participants, could be used to eavesdrop on citizens and be an opportunity for espionage, according to that new Homeland Security bulletin. It flatly states any organization currently using or considering using Zoom should evaluate the risk of its use.
Under Yuan's guidance, Zoom transformed into a robust mainstream service, reaching over 300 million daily participants at its peak. As one of Silicon Valley's few immigrant-founded unicorns, Zoom's rise has inspired other foreign entrepreneurs. Yuan himself is now investing in the next generation of immigrant and minority founders. Today, Zoom is valued at over $40 billion and employs thousands worldwide. Eric Yuan's persistence through years of rejection and early struggles paid off. Zoom's success wasn't just about providing a tool for remote work, it became a symbol of connectivity in challenging times. However, Zoom has also faced some controversies during its rapid growth. Zoom faced intense scrutiny during its exponential growth in 2020. As a relatively unknown company before the pandemic, Zoom was ill-equipped to deal with security flaws that came with its overnight success. One major controversy was Zoom bombing, malicious actors hacking into Zoom meetings to harass participants. From personal calls being invaded with disturbing content to university classes being disrupted, Zoom bombing became a serious issue. One leading cause was Zoom's default settings, allowing little vetting of meeting participants. Related to this was video call data potentially being accessed by unauthorized parties.
As more of us use teleconferencing on platforms like Zoom to get our jobs done, the FBI is now warning that these virtual meetings can be hijacked. It's called Zoom bombing, and in today's new world of working from home, it has the potential to become a real problem.
This is certainly the warning shot that should be heard around the world.
Recently, 2 local schools told the FBI about strangers crashing online courses with profanity and images of hate. But it can go further.
China's government demanded backdoor encryption keys to monitor Zoom usage in their country. Activists and journalists feared this created security risks. There were also concerns over information flows to China, since Zoom owned 3 companies there handling software development. Zoom's surge exposed customer privacy vulnerabilities as well. An investigation found Zoom was sharing user data with third parties like Facebook without proper consent. There were also claims it overstated end-to-end encryption protections. This raised alarms over confidential meeting data falling into unintended hands. In response to escalating criticism, Zoom implemented major changes like enabling passwords in waiting rooms by default. However, security experts argued more infrastructure upgrades were still required to match Zoom's scale. The company poured resources into hardening defenses, even pausing feature updates at one point to focus on safety. Despite efforts to make amends, Zoom faced legal action over its early security shortfalls. In 2021, shareholders sued Zoom for failing to disclose privacy flaws during its 2019 IPO. There were also attempts at class action lawsuits on behalf of users impacted by Zoom bombing harassment enabled by lax controls. Additionally, Zoom faced accusations of demanding and unfair working conditions from former employees. Some reported expectations to work evenings and weekends without compensation, despite Zoom's explosive revenue growth. One engineer claimed he was terminated for refusing to work over 80 hours a week. Critics argued Zoom failed to share pandemic windfalls with staff, working overtime to keep systems running. While Zoom has looked to address controversies, critics say damage caused during its rapid expansion could still resurface. Concerns continue around transparency given China government involvement, and video platform rivals with more resources like Microsoft Teams pose competitive threats longer term. However, for all its stumbles, Zoom's software proved indispensable as lockdowns hit in 2020. With in-person meetings impossible, Zoom provided a vital visual communication substitute for everything from classrooms to courtrooms to doctors' visits. It became embedded in everyday life almost universally across countries and demographics. Despite security growing pains, Zoom differentiated itself from enterprise-focused competitors with an easy, reliable user experience. Features like virtual backgrounds showed awareness of users' emotional needs for warmth and whimsy alongside functionality. During a traumatic global event, Zoom's strengths in fostering human connection shined through. Zoom reshaped how the world connects, learns, and works, providing community when people desperately needed it. Its beginnings exemplify how visionary immigrants like Eric Yuan overcame doubts through conviction. By ambitiously filling unmet needs, Zoom forums enabled solidarity networks to thrive globally during unprecedented crises. There remain open questions if Zoom can expand conscientiously moving forward, but its founding story and role in fostering togetherness showcase inspirational innovation against the odds. Propelling human relationships forward through technology, Zoom delivered ingenuity and compassion by connecting people when little else could. Eric Yuan's journey shows us that persistence through rejection and self-belief can lead to game-changing innovation. Have you ever had an idea that you felt could make an impact, even if others doubted it? I'd love to hear your stories in the comments below. Let's support fellow creators who are turning their dreams into reality against the odds. Please like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more inspirational stories. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to be updated on the next Brandcast. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.